Hello, everyone. Once again, it is March 6th, the year of our Lord. I don't know why I said it like that. Made it seem like it's a significant day, and it's just another day. But it just felt right to say it like that. Just wanted to come in the beginning of the show and try out a new segment where I read comments and emails that I've gotten from listeners. So let's go first to the comments on YouTube. One comment says, "Great job, mijo." Okay, that was for my mother. Let's see all the other comments. Okay, they all seem to be for my mom. All right, so let's go to emails and see what we got in the email bag. You can email the pod at kingsandhannibal@gmail.com. And emails, okay, no emails. Okay, so I guess that'll conclude this segment of listener comments and emails. So thank you very much for listening to this podcast and for watching it on YouTube as well. Remember, like and subscribe and share with your friends about the podcast. This episode is episode 17, I believe. It is with my friend Stephanie. Now, we recorded this episode, I believe it was in October. And I said I was going to release it in December, but some of the scheduling stuff, it just seemed better to release some of the episodes before this one, and now we're finally at this one. So on this episode, we're going to be watching and talking about the movie Carpool. Pretty sure nobody's ever heard of this movie. This is a very niche movie that only I probably know about. It's starring Tom Arnold, Rhea Wilson. Forget her name. Not Rita Wilson. That is the wife of Tom Hanks. The wife of Danny DeVito. She was on Cheers. Rhea Wilson. Rhea Williams. Whatever her name is. And Rachel Leigh Cook. This movie is a very run-of-the-mill movie, but I have very fond memories of it when I was a kid, watching it a lot. I would watch it every time it would be on. It came out around the mid-90s, and it's a car chase movie. So that's kind of fun, right? Alright then, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this episode 17 with my friend Stephanie on the movie Carpool. I just remembered her name. Her name is Rhea Perlman. Rhea Perlman. And again, you can chime in anytime you want. You don't have to stay quiet. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Two Gals Gabbing. Just two gals gabbing about movies. By the way, Stephanie, I might have to change the name of the podcast again.
It's okay.
I might have to change it to that because that's I thought it'd be funny. But anyways, this is not the podcast. The podcast is Movie Boarding, the movie podcast where I strap down my guests to the seat and drive them around this cinematic experience of their life. And I might be overselling that, which might be the case today. I am your host, Kingston Hannibal, the chauffeur of this podcast. And I don't know if you noticed, I made about 3 or 4 driving puns in the intro. And it's very appropriate, but we'll talk about that later. And today I have a very special guest. We have known each other for about 10-ish years, 9-ish years. Something like that. Probably longer, because she's like an adult now. She is the official school district employee of this podcast. I'm not going to say what school district, because we're gonna trash on them right now. Just joking.
Oh.
Please welcome Stephanie to the podcast, aka Miss Colocase.
Hello.
And I don't know if you can hear this. Oh wait, I turned it off. Did I? Oh, hold on. There we go. Can you hear that? No?
Yeah, I can hear it.
It's the applause. And then
actually no, I couldn't hear it. It just went like lower, but it's okay.
Hold on. Nope. Okay. There's an air horn there too.
I just do myself.
Hey Stephanie, how's it going?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm doing okay. How's everything in Los Angeles?
Hot.
My dad was telling me that it's ridiculously hot. It's already October.
Yeah.
We're recording this in October, but we probably won't come out until like December. But
it's okay.
Yeah.
Which is probably gonna be hot too, but
I mean,
California,
man. So here's the deal, Steph. You have no idea. Well, you do have an idea now of what movie we're gonna watch, because I told you about an hour ago. But you've never seen this movie, correct? It's also audio, Stephanie. So you nodded your head. It's not.
Oh,
You're gonna have to say stuff.
Okay.
You're like,
Oh, you're right. Yeah, yeah. No, I haven't seen it.
Okay. 70, do you know how podcasts work?
I don't.
It's a
No.
audio, medium, so you're gonna have to speak up.
Ah,
It's
my
like
bad,
when
my
you tell a little kid, like, "How old are you?" And they're like, "This many." I'm like, "Just say the number, bro."
They don't know. They don't
Well,
even know.
I did that the other day with somebody who was, like, 8, and they were just like they went like this, they were like, and I was like, "No, we did one more." Anyways, so I've handpicked this movie, and I think it's
Mhm.
perfect for you, mainly because of your day job. But also because I figure I wanted to do this movie, but I just didn't know who I could do it with.
Uh-huh.
And I figured, hey, Stephanie would be game. But this is a comedy from the 90s, and I think it flies under the radar. And to be honest with you, probably for a good reason. But I still think it has its charm and its merits. So, as I mentioned, you do work for a school district, although I
Mhm.
mentioned the city that you live in. But
Yeah.
what do you do for that school district?
So last school year, I was working as a bus driver, but it was so tiring that I actually went back to the classroom
You went back to the
and I'm
classroom.
yeah, I'm like, oh, wait,
How
waking
is
up
that
like
more
at
tiring? How is that more
4:05,
tiring than actually with the kids?
just to waking up early. And
Oh, okay.
it's like I would wake up early and then I would end like at 5:30 PM. It was a split shift, but it was like,
That split shifts
you
kinda
know,
stink,
yeah, they
in
do.
my
They
opinion.
do. Yeah. So I'm back in the classroom. I'm with actually the TK kids, so we're like 4 or 5-year-olds.
Aw,
Oh,
get cute.
oh, patience.
They are terrible, aren't they?
They are no, I
Like,
like some of them.
no, not but, like, in the sense of, like, they have no filter, they're yelling, they have no concept of,
Oh,
like I mean, obviously, they're kids, so they don't have any concept of, like, "Hey, it's time to be quiet now." Like, we don't do that.
mm.
Like so, what are some crazy stories that you had when you were the bus driving? And by the way, that's why I chose this movie because the movie's called Carpool. So,
I know.
do you have any, like, crazy stories or any funny
Crazy
situations that happened?
stories. Um,
Any kid ever puke on you or puke in the
oh my goodness. No, but I like the first couple of days, so I was driving special needs students
okay,
in high school.
okay.
So they were, bigger. And I just remember this one kid, he would constantly like he just has a very loud voice.
Okay.
So he would get excited about something. He'd just like, ah! And I was like, bro, like I'm trying to drive. Like, you need to shut up. No, I wouldn't say it like that, but I was like, calm down. But no, they were honestly pretty chill kids. I will say though, this one time, what was it? I actually like I hit the curb.
Oh my goodness.
And they got so, like, scared. I was like, "We're okay, we're fine." But yeah, no hope thankfully nothing happened, but
I know that my mom worked with special needs kids, but I know that and she was a bus driver, but I don't know if
mhm,
she did those at the same time. I think she might have actually. I'll have to ask her. For me, it's really funny, like, job is a job, right? But it's
mhm.
funny if you know Stephanie, that she's, like, 5'2", and you weigh
No,
5
not even. I'm
you're like
5.
you're 5? Okay. So she's 5
Yes.
feet tall, and you probably weigh, like, 100 pounds soaking wet. It is
Mm.
hilarious to think of you being a bus driving a big old bus full of people's kids.
No, you know what? They were all taller than me. I would feel like I would sometimes greet them standing up, and I would feel so intimidated because they were all taller than me and, like, big. And I was like, "Man,
Those kids going through those growth spurts.
for real."
But, as you know, we do have those Latino tiny, short
That's
and
true.
hairless. Thank you, our ancestors. Thanks the Spanish for not giving us any of those genes.
Oh, I know.
So the movie we're gonna be watching again is Carpool. It's from 1996 and it's starring Tom Arnold. You might have not heard that name, but he's a kind of a famous actor in the 90s. Paymer and one young Rachel Leigh Cook. So the movie is a slapstick comedy, like road trip movie. So basically, this overworked advertisement exec or whatever, it's his turn to do the carpool for the day and to pick up these kids, not only his kids, but also kids around the neighborhood. And then stuff happens, which leads to car chases, misunderstanding, and then the kids also within the carpool are just like weird, crazy. They say like weird things and stuff like that. I'm not going to spoil what makes the rest of the movie kind of crazy or why the carpool turns into crazy.
Uh-huh.
But before we dive into, the plot, before we drive into the plot, dare I say, I'm
Oh.
sorry, before we drive into the movie, what are some movies that you liked as a kid that you still like today? That you saw as a kid and you still like today?
I'm gonna start with Shrek. All the
Okay.
Shrek
Those are good
movies.
movies. Those are good movies.
They're so good. And I'm kinda excited that they're gonna come out with a new
Are
one.
you
Um,
serious?
yeah, I think next year.
I was a big fan of the first two, but then I don't know the rest of them. I was just like, eh.
Yeah, it got kinda weird. But, I guess. And, oh, man, like the one you mentioned
Mhm.
before, what was it called?
Treasure
Uh,
Planet.
Treasure Planet.
That's a good
I
one.
remember that one. It was a
That
really
I have
good
that on the
movie.
list of movies. You know what's funny? I saw that movie later on as an adult because it came out and it was during like an era where Disney came out with like movies that weren't popular. So
Mhm.
like Emperor's New Groove, that
Yeah.
one, Atlantis. But
Atlantis,
these
yeah.
are like these are amazing movies, but they just weren't
Mhm,
that popular. So I didn't see that one
mhm.
until an adult. And as a matter of fact, I think I meant to send you Atlantis and not Treasure Planet, but you saw it. You've seen it anyways.
It's okay.
Both really good movies. Any other ones that can come to mind for you?
And the other one, I forget the name, but it's about this giant robot and
Iron
this
Giant.
kid. Which one?
Iron Giant.
Yes. Yeah,
That's a great movie. That's also on my list.
made me cry. It was really good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The voice of the Iron Giant. You know who it is?
Cool.
Oh yeah, Rooch. It's Vin Diesel.
No way.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. He does the same exact voice.
Uh, it never clicked.
Yeah, yeah. So, what are your thoughts going into this? Like, I've kind of like said the premise, but I've also kind of said like it's might be funny, but it might not be. What are you thinking going in?
Um, I think it's gonna be funny, just maybe like a different sense of humor than what I might be used to,
Okay.
but I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun.
Alrighty. So if there's nothing else to say, Stephanie, we're gonna stop for a little bit. We're gonna watch the movie. We're gonna watch it on Plex. Shout out to Plex if you want to sponsor the podcast. Go.
Hey.
Also Ocean Spray. Um,
Oh.
I saw you drink whatever you were drinking right now.
I know.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But Ocean Spray, if you want to sponsor two gals gabbing about movies
Mhm.
with Stephanie and Brian. All right, so we'll watch the movie and then we'll come back for the second part of it. Alrighty, guys, we are back a day later because I am an old man, and it was 2 o'clock my time, but it was 12 o'clock California time. But also, you had to go to service, so I figured you probably want to get some Z's in. And you were just talking that you went to service for like 8 hours today. That is crazy. But I guess it is. You're starting the new year, the new service year, so you want to get in like all those hours as soon as you can.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna be out for, like, 2 weeks, so I gotta, like, catch up.
You're
And
not gonna
last
go.
week
You're not gonna go preaching
uh-huh.
in Japan.
Me
You're not gonna do. Yeah, but you're not. If you do, you're not gonna do like 8 hour days.
exactly.
Well,
It's
if you
gonna
go to
be like
Disneyland, just bring some brochures and distribute them there.
what if I get kicked out?
That's true. Hey, you could say
I
you
don't
got
know.
banned from Disney,
From Japan?
from Disney Japan.
Disney Japan?
All right, yeah. So Stephanie, first impression. How do you feel about this movie? And honest opinion. If you didn't like it, that's fine.
No, I really, really liked it. Like, right off the bat, the type of comedy I love that type like, dumb comedy, especially, like, oh my goodness, when he's first taking the kids, and then they see the old neighbor, and then he's all
Yeah.
like, "Oh, yeah, like, he's still young, he's still good," and then it pans out to him not wearing any pants. I was like, "Oh my
And then the
gosh."
dad's like, "Hey, maybe don't hang out. Maybe don't go to his house anymore."
Yeah, it was good. It was really good.
Just a real quick recap of the story.
Mhm.
Remember, if you remember, I said I left out a part of the information of the story. But
Uh-huh.
what was kind of a quick summary of the movie, Stephanie?
Spoilers?
Yeah, spoiler.
Or
We're in
no
full
spoilers?
spoilers. I don't think anybody's
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
be
yeah.
like, "How dare you spoil this movie Carpool?"
Hey, you never know.
Yeah, it's true.
You never I
They're like, "I've been waiting 36 years to watch this movie," or whatever, 30 years to watch it.
Oh my gosh. Hopefully there's nobody out there that's like that. I apologize if there is, but it was really good. So it starts off with this like family. The dad is a workaholic. The mom takes care of the two kids. So this day mom is sick, so the dad is has to take the kids. What he doesn't know is that he has to carpool other people's kids.
Yeah,
And he's never done that before, so he's kind of like scared of the children,
as
which
he should
I
be.
understand.
He should
Yeah,
be.
like, I understand. So he takes his kids. He's all like, "Oh,
Mhm.
we'll get donuts or whatever." So right off the bat, they pick up this little sassy girl, Chelsea.
Oh, you
Oh my
remember her
goodness.
name.
Yes, I remember her name. She was so cute. She was funny. Chelsea, she was so slow, so like, ¿cómo se dice? What's like, ay, bien respondona.
Oh, yeah, like a
Um,
sassy, like a talks back.
talks back, there we go. And then her older sister, which the oldest kid was like,
Phew.
mm-hmm. And she's cute. She's really cute.
She okay, so that's Rachel Leigh Cook, and she came out, more famously, I'm sure she's been in other movies, but famously, she came out in a movie in the '90s called She's All That.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's basically one of those movies where, like, oh, you
Uh-huh.
take, like, the ugly girl in the school and you, like, turn her, like, into a hot.
I remember. Yeah.
Okay, and it's funny that, like, a lot of those movies, there's a premise for,
Uh-huh.
like, a bunch of movies, but it's like they take, like, the hottest girl in the school and they're like, "Oh, she's ugly because she wears glasses." Or, like, she has her hair a certain way, and I'm like, "Really, guys? Like, you can't tell that that girl is, like, gorgeous?" Wow, and then Stephanie takes off her glasses, she's like, "I'm not a
Oh,
nerd."
no. No, it's 'cause I touched it 'cause there was, like, a little ant on them, so
Why do you have ants in
got
your
really
eyes?
I don't know. I don't know what it
It's probably
is.
all that ocean spray you got in your house in your, room.
Maybe.
And then from there, like, he's trying to get to a business meeting, an advertisement pitch, basically.
Yes.
And that's why he's all stressed out. He's like, I can't take the kids. I've never been late a day in my life and stuff."
Uh-huh.
And then they finally stop at the store, Hammerman's, where some guys are robbing it. And then you're introduced to Franklin, and then Franklin stops them, but in the chaos, they mistake that Franklin is the one that's trying to rob the store, but he's not. He just basically stopped the robbers. And
Uh-huh.
then that cop comes in, right? And then he
Uh-huh.
thinks that, like, he thinks that he's robbing them, and then Frank panics, and then he takes Daniel, which is the dad. He
Uh-huh.
kidnaps him, and then he kidnaps the carpool and whatever. So and then the story goes from there, and that's like all the funny stuff.
Yeah.
I was thinking that in the first scene when we're introduced to Franklin, where he's at his mom's house or at his house with his mom,
Uh-huh.
you texted me, I think, at some point we were watching it. You're like, "Are we ever gonna see what the mom looks like?"
Yes. We never do.
You never really do because they make her seem like this like weird monster and stuff. It's very like
Yeah,
it's also kind of messed up, but she kind of
it
was.
is.
And what does she keep saying? Like when they introduce her, oh, she's like, "Is that a gentleman caller?" She keeps asking them like, "Is that a gentleman caller?" And I don't know if you noticed in that scene, he says, "Hey, mom, stop wearing my shirts. You're stretching them out." Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you notice that the next like scene, well, not even a scene, in the same scene, but like in the next like cut,
Uh-huh.
he's wearing different clothes, completely different clothes. And that's when the carnies. So
Uh-huh.
Franklin owns a carnival, a carnival that's like
Not doing so well.
then he gets his like carny people coming in, and they're like, "Hey, like your checks bounce, we're gonna go find other jobs." So in that scene, he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt with brown pants, and it's then he says like, "Oh, mom, you're stretching out my shirts," and the mom's like, "Well, don't wear them." But that's, by the way, that's basically the mom's voice, like, "Meh."
Yeah.
He goes to the door to open it for the carnies. He's wearing something completely different. And it doesn't make it seem like, oh, time has passed. It's literally like he just turns and then like
Uh-huh.
but then literally in the next scene, when he's leaving the house, he's wearing the original clothes again. Yeah.
I didn't notice that. I gotta rewatch it. No.
So to me, it made it seem like that scene was added.
Yeah. Honestly, like in that scene, I think I was so focused on the like old lady with the beard that I didn't notice his change of clothes.
I didn't really. get to see like a lot of what the carnies were. So there was the bearded lady. There was like a dog, like a guy, a man dog or something like that.
Yeah, like, some young guy pretending to be a dog.
Then the story continues, and then they're in the carpool with Daniel's two sons. I don't remember what the little kid with the slick back hair that looks like a mobster. I don't remember his name, but the other one was Bucky.
Andrew?
I think yes,
I
Andrew.
think.
Yes. Okay.
Uh-huh,
So
uh-huh,
then they pick up Chelsea, right? And then
uh-huh.
Kayla. If you notice, not only them two, but also then the other kid that they pick up,
Travis?
Travis. Yes,
Yeah.
they say some weird things and like give information about family that I'm like, you probably shouldn't like say that.
Mhm.
What was Travis? What did he say?
About his dad having hemorrhoids.
Yes, that's right. He did say
And
that.
then he said that he, like, sat on a pine cone or something, or he put a pine cone up his booty hole. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like,
So
"Oh
oh, yeah, that's right.
my."
So he says, "Oh, my dad says that hemorrhoids are like having a pine cone up your butt." And he's like,
Uh-huh.
and I know what that feels like because I did it myself. And I'm like, what? So
Yes.
Travis is supposed to be the weird kid. He wears like a
Uh-huh.
shower cap and like goggles,
Yeah.
like swimming goggles. And at some point they call him like a frog boy or something like that. And you know what's funny about that? So this actor, this little kid, he actually was Froggy from the movie The Little Rascals, like a couple years before that. So it's
Oh,
funny that
really?
I find it funny that they call him like a frog, and I'm like, oh yeah, because
Uh-huh.
he played I don't know if you've seen the movie The Little Rascals.
Ooh, it's been years.
He's the one that like his voice is like, hey guys, like like has that really like raspy voice. So real quick, let's go. We'll go over like the main characters. So Daniel Miller is the dad, the businessman who's the exec, played by David Paymer. Then Tom Arnold is the robber, or Franklin, the carnival owner. Then Rachel Leigh Cook. Then that little kid that we said, and then Rhea Perlman. She was famous for being in the movie, or sorry, not the movie, the show Cheers, and she's also married to the actor Danny DeVito. The Cheers is like from the mid '80s. It's like even before my time. And then Mr. Hammerman is Rob Steiger, which is funny because I've done several movies where there's a lot of actors that aren't really that well known, but
Mhm.
then there's one actor that's like really really famous or like has like been in the movie industry for a long time. And I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong. Rod Steiger, Mr. Hammerman, the old guy that's the owner of
Old
the
guy.
yeah. He's been in like
Uh-huh.
so many movies and plays from that are like really popular from like the 60s, 70s, and probably even like the 50s and stuff like that. Um
Oh.
and so going back to some of the weird stuff that the kids are saying, Kayla says something about her mom. I don't know if you remember what she says.
Ah, what
Sh-
does she say?
So I think she says something like, my mom couldn't take the carpool today because she had breast reduction surgery.
Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Uh-huh,
They
I
reduced
remember.
it by, I don't know what she said, like
14 pounds or
14% or something like that. And then she's like, and they had to relocate her nipples or something like that. And you're like, what is going on? Why are these kids saying all this weird information about their family? They're spilling the tea.
Uh-huh.
And then do you remember the part at the end
When Franklin hugs the
when
mom and she's like, "Ow!"
yeah, she's like, oh, still tender. So you were saying that some of the like the jokes was like your humor. Like what were some of the funny parts that you enjoyed?
So, right off the bat, the little girl, Chelsea, she doesn't wanna get on the van, and dad comes out, and she's like, "Oh, mom, my mom said not to, go with strangers."
Yeah.
So she asked for him to show an ID, and she looks at the ID, looks at him, and then she says, "Oh, you had a lot of hair back then," or something like that, like, "You lost a lot of hair." I was like, "Oh my gosh."
And I think it's really funny that the dad is like so he hasn't even started this day and he's
Uh-huh.
over it like already. Like he just doesn't care. He's just like, get in the car, like you guys are the worst kind of thing. Then one of the things that's funny is that, like you mentioned, that Franklin's carnival is not doing so well. So his plan is to rob a bank, but he gets there too early and the bank isn't open. So he's like, I guess I'll come back. And that's when he goes to Hammerman's. And it
Uh-huh.
just so happens that at the same time, somebody else, unrelated to Franklin, unrelated to anything, is
Uh-huh.
trying to rob the store. But I was like, it was so weird that like how could they have not seen that like people were gonna rob the store because they're right in front of the store, those two robbers, right? They're
Mhm.
they're parked in like a bunch of handicap spots, right? And then they're just like taking out their guns like in the middle and just like loading them and cocking them. I'm like, how could you guys not have seen that these people were gonna rob the store?
Well, I feel like back then, there weren't a lot of security, like, people,
Yeah, I guess
and
so.
then the cashier was, like, busy with Daniel or no, Franklin
Yeah.
asking for donuts.
Yeah, and that's the main thing in the movie that like so Hammerman's the store that they're gonna rob is actually the same store that Daniel is gonna pitch the advertising meeting to. And their thing is like they cater to like older people
Mhm.
and they don't have donuts and they're like donuts aren't gourmet. And I'm like, well, I mean, maybe they weren't back in the day, but donuts are super gourmet now.
Oh, yeah.
And then hot dogs, they were
Mhm.
like, "Oh, you should have hot dogs too." And they're like, "Hot dogs aren't gourmet." I'm like, I one of my favorite hot dog places is in I think you've been there. We've been there. Cooker in LA where it's like in the industrial district or the warehouse district
Uh-huh.
and they have like hot dogs that are made from like duck and rattlesnake and like boar. I don't know if we ever
Oh,
taken you there, but next time I go, we'll go.
yeah.
And it's like it's gourmet hot dogs. They're like $20 each or something.
Yeah. And then for the donuts, right across the street from the farmer's market, there's the, sidecar.
Yes, sidecar. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You've been, right?
Yeah, and, like, a lot of those things, like ice cream is gourmet now.
Mhm.
That's was it
Yeah.
Salt and
Salt
Straw?
salt and straw, uh-huh.
There's Jenny's ice cream, which is really popular here, but I think there's several in LA too. It's like, well, yeah, like, maybe they weren't in the '90s, but and then, in the pitch meeting, they're like, "Our customers, our high class customers don't like that." I'm like, "Well, hipsters like them now, so."
Yeah. And then, like, I don't know if you noticed, but the store, Hammerman's,
Uh-huh.
it was so empty.
It was so
There was
empty.
hardly anyone there, just the old lady.
Yeah, just the old lady with the gun. So these guys go to rob the store.
Uh-huh.
And then Franklin, since he was about to rob the bank, he stops them because he has a gun, which you later find out
Mhm.
wasn't an actual gun; it was like a lighter.
Mhm.
So he stops them. But then a cop, which the cop is super intense, like just like he's the type of person that if he saw you like spit on the ground, he would like arrest you, like and put you in jail, kind of, or like
Yeah.
jaywalking. Although jaywalking, I don't think it's illegal in California anymore.
Not anymore, yeah.
Which whatever, I don't care. Get run over. But and he gets in when Franklin has the gun to the robbers. But then also too the cashier panics and gives Franklin the money. And so that he's like, "Oh, okay, I'll take it." But then in that he kidnaps Daniel as a way
Uh-huh.
of escaping and then they escape in the van. Okay, and so this was another scene that I thought was funny. Like when they escape or whatever and Franklin locks them in the store. When they're driving, and I have a video of it because I recorded it,
Uh-huh.
they stop. Okay. So they're driving, and there has a view of the car, like the front view of the car, right?
Uh-huh.
And Franklin is doing this, but you see the background and it's not moving. They're
Yeah.
literally still. I don't know
It's
if you
just
noticed
like
that.
this.
He's doing this. And
Yeah.
then it changes to the scene where they're turning, and you can clearly see that it's not Franklin and Daniel. It's like stuntmen. Like it's not even like
No.
trying to hide it. It's literally like they put it in my face.
Oh my gosh. No, but you know what? I love that because in like older movies,
Hmm.
I don't know if you've seen or remember like clips where they're in the rooftop and then they have to like jump down of the rooftop and then you see the dummies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They don't even look
What is that
human.
called? I think it's called like a cowboy cut, where like
I
yeah,
know.
that's what it's called in the movie. It's like you see them like this, and then like they throw the W's. So that's basically what it was. The thing about this movie, and I honestly like, it's not. So the movie wasn't like well received on Rotten Tomatoes. It has a 13% for the critic score and 39 for the audience score, which is not that good. On IMDb, it's 5 out of 10, and I get why it wasn't popular because it's. I mean, what audience really appealed to this, but it appealed to me. I think it's really, really funny. And it's a movie that I watched when I was a little kid and I watched it a couple times. Some of the jokes are very subtle, especially with Franklin.
Mhm.
Like the character, his energy is like he's always energetic and just has like all this energy, and I found that very funny, very endearing, and I don't know if you found the same way that the jokes are very subtle.
Mhm. I feel like a lot of them, like, flew over my head.
Really?
Yeah.
There's another thing that I thought was kind of weird that they were listening to the Ramones the whole time, and the I'm like, what kind of teenagers in the '90s listen to the Ramones? But
And it was like what song was it?
it was sedated. Ba ba ba
Yeah.
ba 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 ba.
And I'm
I
like,
wanna be sedated.
these kids singing this song, I thought it was pretty funny.
So, like, the rest of the movie, they're basically being chased by the cop and other people, and they're just trying to escape, and they do wacky things to escape. But then there's the other subplot of that the robbers who were initially gonna rob the store want to get to Franklin to take back the money that Franklin took. Now, at this point,
Mhm.
Franklin basically kidnaps them. He finds out that there's kids there, and the whole city knows, and they're looking for them. It was funny because I was thinking, towards the end, they finally find Franklin. The robbers finally get to Franklin in his
Mhm.
carnival warehouse, and I was
Yeah.
but also before that, they go to Franklin's house. Yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah, and they get beat up, right?
By mom.
By Mama.
Oh, man, yeah, I remember that. It's because he dropped his wallet at the store,
Yes.
and they picked it up.
And
Yeah.
he like, Mama destroys them, like, and again, they make Mom so, like, at the end scene, the credits scene,
Sizzlers.
and she's destroying it because I don't know for what reason, but
Uh-huh.
to me, she seemed like she was 7 feet tall and weighed like
Uh-huh.
400 pounds.
I remember the first scene where, I think it was the first scene with Franklin, and he's talking to his mom, or maybe it was on the phone.
Uh-huh.
He mentions that he was banned
From
from a
She
restaurant.
was banned from
With
Sizzler, and
Sizzler?
he's like, "For the love of God, Mom, don't go to Sizzler."
Yes. That was funny. And then at the end scene, like, you see, like, all these cops and then, like, the helicopters, like, this big army trying to get this woman out of Sizzlers. It
Yeah.
was funny.
And so what I was getting at with the robbers, so the main plot is they're trying to Franklin is kidnapped, they're trying to get away, right? Then the second
Mhm.
plot is that these robbers are trying to get to Franklin. So eventually they do when Franklin takes everybody to the carnival saying, and I was
Uh-huh.
thinking to myself, like, that whole second plot could have been taken out of the movie because it wasn't necessary. But also, this movie's plot is very, very weak.
Uh-huh.
So it's like if you take it out, that there's nothing really else to the movie. Like, there's really no bad guys in the movie
Yeah.
other than these people. I thought it was funny that, like, at the carnival and stuff like that, it's like that it was failing, and he decides to put all the kids like on the ride and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So basically, throughout so they chase throughout the city. They go to a mall. They're inside a mall. They're like being chased inside the mall and stuff like that. And you can see how Franklin is actually a nice guy, but he's
Mhm.
just like, I guess he panicked or he messed up or whatever. But it's funny that like the dad the whole time is like, guys, like, stop being nice to the robber, the criminal. And basically at the end, everybody is like endeared to Franklin and they like him, right? And basically they get Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
So basically that's what they have Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, that's true. Like, you can see throughout the whole movie, Daniel is, like, starting to, like, not romantically, but fall for Franklin. Like, he starts to see him as a good guy.
He starts seeing him
And
like a bro.
there we go, like a friend. And then once he finds out that the gun is fake, like, he was mad.
I would
'Cause
be mad too.
yeah, but then, like, after, like, he takes him to the carnival, like, he shows his good sides or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's, when Daniel starts to see him as a friend more because the kids, like, I feel like right off the bat, like, they liked him.
Most of the kids right off the bat do like him,
Yeah.
especially Travis, the weird kid, because Franklin's also kind of weird.
Franklin has the kids, like, getting on the rides and stuff.
Yeah, showing them the rides. One of the carnival rides messes up because the robber like breaks it, and so then the dad he uses his big boards for the pitch meeting to stop the
Mhm.
ride. And it was funny in that scene because the Ferris wheel like is malfunctioning because of the not the hostage because of the robbers. The
Mhm.
actual robbers, they mess it up. But it's funny that Daniel was like, "Oh no, I'll go up there and grab my son Andrew." At some point when they're up there, Franklin's like, "Jump! There's no time." and it literally took them like a minute to like get everybody down. I'm like, you guys just could have walked down. Like you didn't, there was no rush. And that's another scene where Daniel jumps into like pit of like stuffed animals, and you can clearly
Mhm.
see like the stuntman's face again.
No, I didn't notice that. But yeah, I really liked the movie, but it was just like such a 90s trope.
It's a hunt. Every '90s trope in this movie is in it.
Yeah, yes. I'm like, what was it? It was like the
The stressed out dad is one. Like,
yes.
oh, like I'm too busy for my kids because heck,
Uh-huh.
I'm working. That was another theme in the movie, that like the dad's always busy. He's always breaking promises. He's gonna take
Mhm.
them. The weird mom. That's another '90s trope, big time.
Yeah. The weird moms.
How dare they do that to moms? What were some other ones?
So it was so the bad guy's not so bad after all.
Yeah.
Get
Hmm.
to know him. The dad learns to be a dad.
Yeah.
Somehow, like even though like they messed up so much and they broke so many laws,
Yes.
but at the end of the day, it's okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Because the Hammerman was like, "I'll drop the charges," and I'm like, "That's not how kidnapping works." You know that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like,
He also
they gotta go to
destroyed like
trial.
property, and he ran for
Yeah.
police. Even if he just robbed the store, right? That one I could be like, okay, he doesn't press the charges, right? But he did a bunch of other stuff. He's like a legit criminal. Should have gone to
Yeah.
jail.
And then like even though he was late, the guy was like in a bad mood.
Yeah, Hammerman.
Somehow they get convinced. And when they're doing like the whole meeting, I'm
Yeah.
just like, he's not making any sense.
Okay, so that was that part at the end. So they get to the carnival. They defeat the bad guys, I guess, the robbers. And then they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I could still get you to the pitch meeting." And they get there, and Hammerman's like really upset because they wasted his time. He's like, "Do you guys realize that one of my stores was robbed by a lunatic, and then like kids were taken hostage?" And it made sense. Like, yeah, he would be upset, but at the
Uh-huh.
same time, probably should have canceled the meeting, bro. Like, focus on your store and like.
Exactly. Exactly.
But and so then they do the pitch, right? And it was
Uh-huh.
funny that I think that the kids made some really good points. So basically they tell the guy like, "Hey, your stores suck. Like, no,
Mm.
your kids don't like your stores." And they're like, "Well, we cater to, a different demographic." And the kids are saying that like, each year you lose like your clients because they either die or they move to Florida. And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, "Oh, yeah, that's a pretty good like pitch to like, change the dynamic of the store and cater to like a younger crowd."
Mhm. That wasn't good.
And I was like, "Oh, the kids actually made some sense." And then you're right. Like he was like, I like it. But I'm gonna drop the charges because of this and that. I'm like, what? No, like that guy deserves to go to jail, and all you guys need to go to a therapist because you all have Stockholm syndrome.
Yes. But they don't.
They accepts the pitch meeting, and then they're like in the carnival, right? So then apparently a Hammerman becomes like a partner in the carnival and invests money, and he's selling his gourmet donuts there. But did you notice like the
Uh-huh.
flavors?
No, I didn't notice the flavors.
It was
Oh,
anchovies and asparagus.
con razón, he doesn't sell any.
It's funny? The video they say this that, and I think that's where Big Bang Theory got this joke that everybody keeps saying that Travis is weird, and he's like, "I'm not weird. I've been tested," or something like
And
that.
it just said, yeah.
I've been tested. But then you see Travis's dad, and he's exactly the same.
Yeah. A big version of him, yes. I'm like, I don't think his dad got tested.
Daniel said something like, he's like, "Oh, the Travis is like, oh, I'm not weird or not crazy. I've been tested." And it's like, well, I think they messed up the test or something like that. The other thing that I was like that Bucky, which was like the teenager kid
Uh-huh.
that was flirting with Rachel Leigh Cook the whole time, and you were like, you texted me something about that yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this kid. It's like he sees Franklin and he doesn't know the guy. A gun. He has a gun and he's still flirting with the girl.
Teenage. Look, in fairness to him, I would have been flirting with her too.
Yeah, that's what you
But then
said.
at the carnival, you see that they got together, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like there was no chemistry between them. She like hated him, even to
Yeah.
the point where they were at the carnival. Like they get in the ride together, and she's like, "Oh, like you're here, you again," kind of thing.
Mhm, mhm.
And then in the car, she's like, are you looking down my shirt?
Yes, that little perv. And he's like, "Oh no, I have a neck thing." And I was like, "Eh."
My chiropractor said I needed to like work on my neck thing. And then when they get stopped by that police roadblock or whatever, and the kids
Mhm.
hide in the back, you don't get to see what happens, but she starts hitting him like really hard, like because all the kids duck down so that nobody sees them, right?
Uh-huh.
And she starts like hitting him like really hard. So it made it seem like he was like touching her or something like that. And then they end up together.
Oh, I
That's
can't.
another trope too.
That's another trope.
It's like no, and there was no chemistry like whatsoever.
Mhm.
I think there was more chemistry between Franklin and
I
Daniel.
mean, and yo. Oh man.
And then the other trope was like they finally meet the mom. The mom's like, "Oh, I don't know what you did to him, but like, thank you." And it's like, he kidnapped your husband.
He now has mental
Yeah,
issues.
he does. That he's in business with a known felon. Also, Franklin has a kid. Probably shouldn't have a kid. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, poor kid. I mean, Franklin is technically not his dad. He's like his brother because he's like a kid.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's he's like, well, me and the wife didn't get along. And it's like probably because you're a child,
Mhm.
which
Mhm.
is nothing wrong. But like at certain situations, you got to be a grown up. And I say that from someone who is a child. The Sizzler scene. The only thing I wrote down here for that scene
Oh,
was a tank. They needed a tank to stop a tank.
that's what they said?
No, that's what I wrote down.
Oh. That was your observation.
That was my observation.
Oh,
And
okay.
that scene goes on for like what 4 or 5 minutes
Yeah.
at the end when they're rolling the credits, and it's literally like, why did she even get mad? I didn't understand why. I think it's just her personality or what.
I don't know. I think it might have been something about the salads because
Oh,
she threw out like the whole salad bar. And she will say something like, "Oh, don't tell me what about
oh, all
salad."
you can eat. That's what it was.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
They stopped her, like they told her like you can't eat anymore from the salad bar.
Yeah.
Speaking of salad bars and all you can eat, I miss Soup Plantation.
I know. I was so
R.I.P.
bored. Yeah, it
The
was really
casualty
good.
from the pandemic. I saw this movie yesterday. Like, so what I've been doing is I've been watching the movies ahead of time to prep a little bit. But before
Mhm,
then, I hadn't seen it for like years. I don't know why or how I even heard of this movie,
mhm,
but I genuinely do enjoy it. It's not like a like one of those comedies like Nacho Libre or like a Will Ferrell comedy that you're just like, like old school or like super bad or whatever. But I think
mhm.
it's funny. It has its little quirks. It is very tropey, but I enjoy it. I
Yeah.
don't know if you feel the same way.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. It gave me like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids vibe.
Yeah, especially with the beginning scene. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And something that I wrote down from the first scene at the when the robbery is happening.
Yeah.
And like the two robbers take out their guns, then Franklin takes out his gun, and then Grandma takes out her gun, and she tells I don't know who she tells. She tells she's like, "Drop it, punk, or I drop you." And I was just like, "Granny!"
Granny. And then she drives like she drives a Galaxy, and
Yeah.
she's like, the brakes are shot.
And then you see the cop like he couldn't
He
stop.
couldn't stop. Oh
It was so
god,
funny. I
that
loved
Granny
it.
was really funny.
Yeah, she was.
Oh, she's the one that shot at the cop, right? Or no, at Daniel,
At Daniel,
because she
but
drops the
like
gun.
yeah, she dropped the gun and then like it fired by itself, I guess.
And that was another
Oh.
funny joke. So when she shoots the gun she drops the gun because the cop tells her to drop the gun. We're
Mhm.
basically having a Mexican standoff. It's just like everybody has guns and they're all pointing at each other. Um, and tells her to drop the gun. She throws it and then it fires at Daniel, and he's
I
holding
think so.
a coffee pot, and it like spills on his like pants, right? It's a
Yeah.
hot, and then Franklin comes and he says something like, "Hey, buddy, like, are you okay? Like, it looked like it burned you." He's like, "Oh, I'm getting used to it," because in another scene, like he had a coffee, and then the kid, Froggy, no,
Uh-huh.
what's his name, Travis, kicked it
Travis.
over, and it burned his like crotch area. And then remember what not Kayla, Chelsea said? She's like, "Oh, that happened to my uncle," and then he couldn't see the color green anymore after that.
I didn't.
What
I
are you
didn't
talking
remember that.
about?
That was
These kids are
hilarious.
unhinged. So yeah, you did enjoy this movie.
Yes.
I'm glad you did. I was kind of
Oh,
like, I was thinking like, oh, is there enough in this movie to talk about? I mean, because the plot is like very thin, but I do think it has a funny stuff. And like you said, this movie is very 90s, like very
mhm.
90s.
All those
Which I think
tropes.
this movie probably came out when you were born, by the way.
What year? Let me
96.
see. Oh, I was born 98.
Oh, so 2 years after you.
2 years after.
Alrighty, Stephanie. Thank you so much. I think unless you have something else to say about the movie.
Mm, I can't think of anything. I just thought it was pretty. I kind of want to watch it again just so I can try to catch all those jokes.
Yeah, there's a lot of
That
funny jokes, little
yeah.
little jokes, especially from
Like
Franklin. If you watch it again and look at like some
mhm,
of the stuff that Franklin says,
mhm.
it's just like little one liners. And
Yeah.
then Hammerman, I think Hammerman was the funniest because he kept saying like Franklin keeps saying, "Hey, buddy," or something like that, and he's like, "The name's Hammerman."
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, buddy, give me 5." The name's Hammerman, and I wouldn't give you 3.
Yeah.
Alrighty then, Stephanie. Thank you so much for indulging me in this.
Oh
Um,
no, thank you for inviting me.
we'll have to do it again. Maybe when I go to LA before my parents move, we'll do it
Yes.
face to face. Watch a movie.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right. Say hi to your family, and I appreciate it.
Oh, likewise. Say hi to people.
I mean, you could see you're closer to my parents than I am. So
I know. I was gonna say, yeah.
say hi to
Like, oh, no way.
the planes. Say hi to.
The planes.
All right. Bye, Steph.
All right. Good night. Take care.
Bye.